My name is Peter Bruninger, and
I'm Ted Denny, lead designer at Synergistic Research.
well, we've been anticipating this day for quite some time since Rocky Mountain. Ted promised to come out to our listening studio. This is Listening Studio 1, and install the Atmosphere.
Yeah.
Tell us about it before we hook it up.
Well, here's Atmosphere. It's a binaural RF beat generator which overcomes the ambient RF in the listening room and creates a sympathetic RF that makes our system sound much, much better.
So it is putting RF into the room.
It is generating a radio frequency, correct, on two channels, and there are literally millions of potential settings for Atmosphere, but we create settings that you'll see on an iPad app that make it very, very easy for you to create whatever mood or sound you want in your room.
And what's the retail price for Atmosphere?
$22.50. So.
And it comes with, I
Yeah,
see here, I'm holding here, it
It's
looks very
powered.
similar.
It's powered by a USB cable, so you plug one end of the cable into the wall, and the USB cable thing plugs into the back of Atmosphere, and then you have a second ground wire that plugs into the back of Atmosphere, and then of course the other end plugs into the wall. And you want a straight shot to ground, no line conditioning on this.
Okay, so that's very much like the FEQ.
In
how
that
you
regard,
plug it
it
in.
is similar to the
Similar
FAQ.
to, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, I understand it takes an hour for it to warm up, so what we're going to do, everyone, is we're going to plug it in right now.
Yeah.
We're going to let it warm up. We'll give the viewers a pause to go and take a break from the video, but don't turn the video off. Just put it on pause, and we'll come back and we'll do some listening.
All right, sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay,
Thanks.
let's plug it in. Now here, I'll plug in this side.
All right, thank
Okay,
you.
and I'll hand it over to you.
All right.
Okay.
It's now grounded.
Okay. Okay, we're powered in, and I'll have you do the honors there.
Okay. All right, Atmosphere's turned on. Now let's go to the iPad.
Okay.
Now, right here it's looking for the blue wave, and there it is. And these are the scenes that you choose. And each time you select the scene, it changes the parameters that the Atmosphere is operating under. So it changes what Atmosphere broadcasts. So, see? And we'll get into that later.
Yeah, we can get a close-up on the
Yeah.
screen here. Good.
Great.
Okay.
Thanks.
Let's warm it up. Okay, now we're going to listen and we're going to see and operate the Atmosphere. The Atmosphere has been in the system now for 3 or 4 hours. It's warmed up, it's ready to go. We're going to start with the Atmosphere, and then we're going to add on the ATM device after we go through the basic screens on the Atmosphere.
Correct.
Okay, let's do this. I want the viewers to listen here with us. And again, if you can hear the print through on the YouTube video, that's fantastic. And if you can't, you'll hear my impression on my voice and my reaction.
You get a feel for how it works.
How it works is exactly
And if
right.
you'd like, you can try it at your house.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see. What do I do first, Ted? So here we have it.
Well, right now it's the basic Atmosphere, meaning there's no Atmosphere tuning module on top of Atmosphere.
Okay.
And these are the 3 basic scenes. You have Intimate Acoustic, Holographic, and Grand Canyon. Intimate Acoustic is for a close mic'd, similar to what we're listening to now. And this sets up the parameters within Atmosphere to better complement this type of a recording. So things are very focused, central, complementing this type of a recording.
Now, I saw you were giving us some more screens here to look at. Was that when you...
There's holographic.
Okay. But there was a drop-down box I saw before.
Oh, well, that's right now, and we're going to demonstrate that later.
Okay.
Those are the scenes that are voiced for the Red Atmosphere tuning module.
Oh, got it.
And then there's advanced settings for
Okay.
the Red Atmosphere tuning module. And we'll get into that later, and we'll scan the ATM
code.
and you scan the QR code on the bottom of the Red Atmosphere tuning module, and that will unlock these scenes, and then we'll see how that works.
You know, the QR code came from the automobile manufacturing industry. They were trying to part source. The inventory control.
Yeah, we use that for inventory control at SR.
Yep.
So.
Okay, so basic standard sessions are 3. Intimate,
Holographic,
Holographic.
and Grand Canyon.
Okay, I'm going to listen to Grand Canyon. Let's turn it up a little bit,
Okay.
viewers, and okay, I'm going to pause that, and I'm going to go to intimate. Takes a moment for it to cycle through. Oh, I do hear that. It focused in,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on the nature of the recording, the scene will either sound right, phasey, or compressed. So if it's right, it's right. If it's phasey, then you're selecting too large of a scene. If it's compressed, you need to select a larger scene.
Okay, let's select another scene.
Holographic should also work well with this recording.
Okay. And here we go. Now they're taking the cello from within the church out to the graveyard, and we're going to hear the exact same cellist.
Right, in which case, holographic, I definitely preferred intimate acoustic more on that last track.
Let's hear about this one. Here we go. I'm going to pause it. Let's try Grand Canyon here.
Okay.
Oh, it does. It opens it up.
Yeah. The thing about Grand Canyon, it's primarily behind the speakers, whereas holographic is a higher sound stage, not as wide, and more envelopment in and around the recording. Sense of reflection around you. There's no reflection, obviously.
Well, Grand Canyon's working great here because of it doesn't have the church to support it.
It's a good default setting, Grand Canyon.
You can hear all of the wildlife and the trees and the birds. Let me pause that. I'm going to go. Let's go to intimate. And that should really buckle it down. Yeah, I'm hearing more of just the cello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's more like it's in the room.
Yeah.
The sound field is confined to the room.
Okay, and holographic for the grand finale. So at the base level, that's very convincing. Intimate, holographic, and Grand Canyon.
In holographic, also, you hear more highs and you hear more bass.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the Grand Canyon's more balanced, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah.
Well, let's do the same thing, and now let's install the ATM.
Okay, Peter, let's unlock the Red Atmosphere tuning module scenes.
Okay.
The way you do that is you hit one of the scenes, There's a little tutorial video on how to do it.
Okay.
And we're going to do it right now.
There it goes. Look at that.
And they're unlocked. Okay?
How do you like that? Son of a gun.
So now you just place the atmosphere tuning module right on top of Atmosphere.
Okay.
And I'm going to put the record back to that previous track.
Okay, yeah, start it from the top,
You can
please.
set the volume.
Okay, okay. Ted, hand that over to me now. Thank you. And select it in my listening room.
Now, these are the advanced settings, which we're going to hold off on right now.
Okay.
And I'll explain those in a moment.
Okay. Okay, let's go to expansive.
Sure.
Paused. No volume change. Expansive. And let's unpause it. Oh, yeah. More echo, more depth.
More of a sense of the envelope
Yeah.
and the acoustic
Yeah.
space
Yep.
where the recording was made. And then if you want to tweak it from there, you don't have to. But if you're the type of person that likes to fine-tune your home theater video, you may like the advanced settings on Atmosphere. We can go from layered to expansive. Larger sense of hall. If you want to sit closer to the performance,
Oh, I did hear that. I do hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's as if the performance is moved
it's
closer.
like, yeah. Okay, now we're going to get the cello.
Okay.
Okay, and
We're still on expansive.
okay. We'll go back in my listening room. And when you shift it on the fly and you don't pause it, it takes a moment to adjust.
When you get tuned up, you actually hear it ramping up and down and changing.
I see. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do something that we probably shouldn't do with this recording. Let's go to amplified.
Okay. Should listen to this week.
I think I heard a little bit less of a change with amplified, probably because it's not meant for amplified music.
No, it's not really. These two scenes are a yin and a yang.
Okay.
This is, on amplified music, if you're listening to amplified music and you choose expansive, it's kind of a warmer, rounder sound, which is more complementary to analog
Oh, I see
or
what you're saying.
unamplified recordings. Whereas this,
I did notice a little bit more sharpness to it.
you
a little bit more bite.
definitely hear sharpness and
Little
bite.
bit.
I mean, you can even take that up another notch from going from smooth to crunchy. And if you're listening to rock and roll or something, indie music, something driving really hard, crunchy is going to sound more like you're there, whereas smooth is going to be perhaps more musical. Yeah, and again, this is all just changing the RF environment of the room. There you go.
Okay, here we go. When you hit expansive, you can almost hear the amplification of the surroundings in the churchyard.
Yeah. It's fun. I mean, you'll have to play with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So now you're coming out with more ATMs.
This is the first ATM, the red ATM. It's very liquid, very musical. It works if you have a bright room. We also have some other interesting ATMs, ones that are incredible focus and delicacy. One that I'm particularly proud of, if you have an extremely bright room, lots of glass, marble floors, hardwood floors, specifically for that type of an environment.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, there's different flavors of ATMs, just as we have different flavors of the PHT or phonotransducer modules for turntables.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you have some amplified music, it would be fun for you to, you can play on vinyl, fun to listen to the amplified scene on an amplified recording, if you have something like that.
Well, why don't we spin up some Dead Can Dance?
Perfect.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, we've queued up Dead Can Dance.
All right. Let's start it on expansive, and then we'll go to ethereal. And amplified, but if you've got something like Led Zeppelin or some rock and roll, we'll try that on the amplified setting. Why don't we listen to the first couple, 2.5 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll go up and cue the record from the beginning, and we'll go to ethereal.
Okay.
And while we're at it here, let's go to expansive.
Okay. So this
That's
has...
as big as this setting can be.
Okay, so we're on the biggest of the big
For expansive.
or expansive.
Yeah.
Advanced settings, viewers read far, expansive, amplitude is default.
Correct.
We have our level set at minus 15 dB. Our system consists of Perfect 8 Cube loudspeakers, AudioNet electronics, AudioNet Max monoblock amplifiers, pre-GR2 line stage. We have the Kronos turntable, the Triangle Art Zeus cartridge, and the Black Beauty tone arm. Cabling is by Kubala Sasana, Pranawire, Terra Labs, and Ancline. Oh, that's gorgeous. Jeez. Okay, Ted, can you cue that from the beginning and let's switch this?
Absolutely. Can you pause it? Or hit the mute?
Yep.
First, though, we're going to go to ethereal.
Okay.
Check the settings. Let's give ourselves stratosphere. Stay warm. You've got warmth and air. So,
Okay.
this is a cool table. Curious. Amazing tone arm, too.
The tone arm on the table, again, Black Beauty, the longer version of the Helena arm. That's a solid carbon fiber arm. As you can see, here's a close-up of it.
So, there we go.
Okay. And we'll unmute it. Well, I think I prefer expansive on this than this.
Could be, and
Yeah.
certain people will have preferences in the.
In different, okay.
Yeah, so it's
okay.
not an overwhelming amount of choices,
Mhm.
but you'll find the ones that work best for you and
Mhm.
your system.
Mm-hmm. That's right, because it's working with my sensibilities.
Try
It's-
this.
grounded.
It's going to have tighter focus.
Yeah, that's a little bit, yeah, that's more to my liking. So you can have your music the way you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have the ability to custom tailor to the track. The cool thing is the emotional connection to the music.
Yeah. I have it. I'm going to go to expansive. And Ted's going to... There we go. And now...
It's more immediate forward, isn't it?
Yeah. I felt it move forward.
Yeah.
This highlights what the perfect beats do. So this is my setting on this track. And your setting may be different. Yep. Well, I don't know what to say. I was apprehensive a little bit today with you coming over with this, and today here in my listening room, each one I can hear the difference. You really gotta try one of these, everyone. This is just an interesting new approach to how you can better enjoy your music.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Ted Denny, for the atmosphere. And gosh, it's just you're doing things and taking audio in a direction that in some ways it does make sense, because there are listening rooms with sound absorbing material, with acoustic treatments, with tube traps. Why don't we alter what
whether
is in
you
it?
pay attention to the RF environment or not, it's affecting your system.
It's
dramatically and profoundly. And so the answer is to just suck everything out to zero with absorption. But when you do that, that's one answer. But when you do that, it takes away the music as well.
I agree.
And your connection to the music.
Well, again, thank you very much for dropping by, and AV Showroom's Listening Studio #1. You've made a real good, and if you've convinced me by me listening to it. You didn't convince me. I convinced myself through hearing it.
Thanks, Peter.
You're welcome, Ted. Thank you, and keep up the good work.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.